afternoon. From the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. I'm Paige Browning with a roundup of today's top stories. It's Wednesday, September 24th. Starting with Tylenol. The drug is safe when used as described. That's the message from the Washington State Department of Health today, which has become a leader in fact-checking health claims by the Trump administration. Washington DOH is pushing back after Trump made unsubstantiated claims about autism and Tylenol this week. Years of research show the drug is safe and reliable for treating fever and mild pain, even during pregnancy, according to Washington's public health officials. In some dark news, the U.S. Marshals Service says Travis Decker is dead. Remains believed to be Decker's were found last week, but law enforcement are still waiting on DNA results to confirm. Northwest Public Broadcasting's Murrow Fellow Renee Diaz reports.
It's been over 3 months since Olivia, Evelyn, and Peyton Decker were found dead near a campsite outside of Leavenworth, Washington. Travis Decker, the girls' father, was wanted in connection with their killings. A motion was filed on Tuesday in a U.S. District Court. In it, the U.S. Marshals Service said that Travis Decker is dead. But Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison says his office is still waiting on DNA confirmation.
We're going to continue to be slow, methodical, and purposeful with our investigation. We're not going to rush it. We understand that we, just like everyone else, want to get the results out there and would love to put this case to close.
He says the sheriff's office is hoping to get the DNA results for confirmation this week. I'm Renee Diaz reporting.
A firefighter is back home today, according to his attorney, after he was arrested working the Bear Gulch wildfire last month, an arrest that set off fierce criticism of federal agencies for interrupting forest fire work. Oregon man Rigoberto Hernandez was arrested by Border Patrol agents at a work camp at the Bear Gulch fire August 27th. He was one of 2 arrested from the same crew that day. Oregon Democratic Senator Ron Wyden told KLCC today it was a textbook case of someone being penalized even after following the rules.
We just made it clear that ICE had no business detaining somebody who was doing so much to help us in an area that is so critical, which is fighting fire in the Northwest.
Hernandez is in his 3rd year of working as a wildland firefighter, according to his attorney. Did you see that game? Seattle Mariners fans are riding high today after the team had a blazing comeback last night and won, securing the team a spot in the playoffs.
What a knock! What a moment! The Mariners have cashed it in the 8th inning!
The Mariners beat the Colorado Rockies last night to clinch at least a wild card spot, but if they win again tonight, they will clinch the division title, which gives them more beneficial scheduling in the playoffs. And you'll see a lot of Northwest spirit at the game tonight. Tonight is flannel shirt night. People in the Seattle area couldn't catch Jimmy Kimmel's return to late-night TV live on ABC last night. KUOW didn't air it. But Kimmel mentioned Seattle specifically during his opening monologue and mentioned his former boss at Seattle's KZOK, where he got his first job in radio.
His name is Larry. In 1989, Larry tried to force me to do a bit called Jokes for Donuts, where people would call in with a joke and I would give them donuts. I refused to do it, and then I made a lot of fun of Larry for suggesting it, and eventually Larry fired me, and I had to move back in with my parents. But even he went in to cheer me up. Thank you, Larry, and I want to thank everyone who checked in.
That audio comes from the show's YouTube page. KUOW is owned by Sinclair, which decided to air news programming instead of Kimmel's show. The federal government is making its case against Amazon this week in a Seattle courthouse. The Federal Trade Commission is trying to prove Amazon tricked millions of customers into signing up for Prime and made it difficult to unsubscribe. Monica Nicholsberg reports on a key witness the FTC called to the stand.
Reed Nelson spent a decade at Amazon as a user experience researcher. During that time, he flagged a common customer frustration. A lot of people didn't know they were signing up for Prime when they were just trying to buy something. The FTC calls this manipulative design. In his testimony, Nelson said Amazon experimented with making the option not to subscribe to Prime easier to find. But when subscriber numbers took a hit, Amazon went back to the old design. Amazon lawyers said the company spent more than $10 million to address frustration issues like the ones flagged by Nelson and his team. And they said Amazon knows better than to frustrate customers, which could lead to fewer purchases. Monica Nicholsberg, KUOW News.
Electric vehicle sales in Washington are higher than in most states, but sales are lagging far behind targets the state has set for adoption of the climate-friendly vehicles. John Ryan has the latest today.
Federal support for clean cars has evaporated, and some potential buyers have steered clear of controversial car maker Elon Musk and his Tesla brand EVs. Ryan Sawyer runs the Kia of Puyallup dealership. He says EV sales have picked up a bit this summer.
There's definitely been an increase that is tangible that we all see for the last 60 days or so, probably spurred by the federal tax credit ending here shortly.
Car buyers have one more week to get a federal tax break on a new EV. Governor Bob Ferguson aims to enact new state incentives for clean vehicles, but that's up to the legislature to decide. Any new incentives for drivers wanting to switch from polluting vehicles to climate-friendly ones wouldn't be available until July. John Ryan, KUOW News.
In labor news, Linwood could become the next Washington city to bump its minimum wages to among the highest in the country. KNKX Murrow News fellow Nate Sanford has more.
Linwood currently follows the state's minimum wage of $16.66 an hour. Linwood City Council Vice President Josh Binda is the chair of Fair Pay Linwood, a new group advocating for an initiative that would raise the city's minimum wage to $20.24 an hour. Binda says Linwood's rapid growth necessitates higher wages.
We just got light rail. Businesses are opening up. People are coming to our city. They want to be a part of the change and the growth. And so as we're coming and growing, right now is the perfect time to start setting some of these standards and setting some of these protections.
The proposal has exemptions for smaller businesses, but some employers are still raising concerns about the wage increase forcing them to raise prices, cut staff, or even close. If the city council doesn't approve the initiative, organizers plan to take it to voters in the February election. Nate Sanford, reporting.
Finally today, here's why I'm getting outside after work. Today may be the last fairly warm day of the season. That's according to National Weather Service forecaster Dustin Guy. Cooler temperatures and a good chance of rain are coming.
It looks like by later in the weekend, especially Sunday and into Monday, we have a decent chance of rain, and that could be the beginning of several unsettled days as we get into next week. We're looking at a cooler, more unsettled pattern with several chances for rain so that we can cross our fingers that's going to help with the air quality, help kind of clean things up.
Happy first week of fall. Next time on Seattle Now, Seattle will have one less newsroom come October. Cascade PBS announced this week they're shuttering local online coverage.
I think the message it sends is that local news is not a priority for Cascade PBS.
Hear more about what it means for Seattle's news ecosystem Thursday morning. And that's all for today from the KUOW Newsroom in Seattle. Our producer is Andy Hurst, and I'm Paige Browning. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. See ya.